I think it's important to understand that I believe personally that the history of this club makes it, I don't know, easier to be successful, but certainly we have a very good base to which we start to build from. And it's not to say that Atlanta or LAFC or anybody else, it's not an NASL version. You saw the All-Star game in Minnesota and they flashed Alan Gordon and some of the old guys there. I mean, look, there's a lot of cities that are older in their soccer history, newer. I just believe that some of these touch points between players, fans, ex-players, fans, ex-players, players, it makes our job, makes my job anyway, easier to keep promoting what a great place Seattle is and what a good team.
Kind of pivoting a little bit to this weekend and definitely as far as you guys go, what's going to be key against RSL this weekend?
I think, Jada, our consistency over the last course of games hasn't been great. I mean, we've had some good games, we've had some good moments in some of the games and some bad moments in some of the games. I want us to be a little bit more consistent in how we play. I'd like to get a full 90 minutes of a concentrated, performance where we play up to the potential of this group. That would be my goal. If we can do that, then results, I believe, will follow.
Do you believe that there's wear and tear right now? I mean, that you're noticing that is keeping you from that consistency?
I think we're coming out of that a little bit. I do believe the program that we're on, less volume, higher intensity, is starting to take effect. I thought today was a very good training session. The guys looked very sharp. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But it seems like, because I thought we had good energy in Atlanta. We had to travel across the country, but I couldn't fault the guys really of the effort.
You talked about Atlanta right there. Throughout this week of training, have you felt a certain emotion or certain determination coming after how you guys lost at Atlanta?
Well, I think that happens after most losses. I think that group, the groups we've had in the past, I mean, that's proud locker room. It starts again with your captains, Steph and Nico. They're such good pros. They drive a lot of it. We've got young players that buy into it. All the young guys are working hard. Tennis is great. He just wants to come and work hard and play. I mean, what coach doesn't want to hear that? So, consistency, yes, we're working on it. I think the desire is always there.
Just 10 games left. Obviously, the game in front of you, you've talked about that, and our sporting analogy says that. Just the importance of the game that's in front right now. Not behind, not 9 games, but just taking care of business.
I'd like to focus on maybe the first 15 minutes and just come out on the front foot and maybe score an early goal and get back to some of the things we did really well early on in the year, dictating tempo when you go up goal. And it seems like we've been playing from behind in a lot of these games. And it's hard. It's hard to come back in MLS. So, can we get an early goal? Does that spark us? Does that get us through? Let's see.
Real's giving up more goals in the first 15 minutes. The only other team, they're the second most.
Who?
Real. They've given up, the most goals. Second most goals for 15 minutes.
Fortuitous question.
Yeah, I didn't know which way to go.
Thanks for that, Maz.
Pablo did an interview on the radio where he was saying his goal was to get it to 0-0 after 45 minutes. What does that tell you about kind of that strategy and how you guys can attack that?
They did a pretty good job of that in the playoff game last year. So, Pablo plays how he wants to play. Gets it through to halftime. I would agree that most coaches, when you're away from home, you want to see how the game unfolds, how you want to get it to halftime to make adjustments. So I would agree with that. Now, the question is he going to bunker all 10 guys, or is he going to press higher up the field? He's obviously going to try and, devise a game plan against what he sees our deficiencies are. So let's see how it plays out.
Danny and Josh started off with injuries this season. Is that still slowing them to being the players that they were in the midfield for you the last couple of seasons? It seems like they should be taking that spot.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that they've both been slowed by their injuries. You know, I don't think there's been a real consistent stretch of time other than Danny's been pretty healthy. I have to check with the medical guys for the exact, last time he was really out because of injury. So, yeah, it especially when you're a young kid, you want to try and stay in the group, get some minutes here and there, play with defiance, build your confidence, build your fitness, build your stamina, and injuries derail all that.
Is it concerning for you that they're not able to take over that middle spot? That's like
I think you almost said it. Frustrated. They're frustrated because they sense there's an opportunity with JP and Obed out, so they're a little frustrated.
But yourself,
no. I mean, I want them to do well. I want all my players to do well. So I would be happy if one of them stepped forward and took over and had some good performances. That would be great.
Does the fast start mean you're going to high press, or does the fast start just mean you're going to play with intentionality?
Well, we always try and press a little higher up the field at home. It's called effective defending. Goal kicks, immediate chase, counter pressure, whatever you want to call it. We always try and do that, but I just want a good start to the game in all facets of the game. Defending, attacking, transition, possession, set pieces. Let's just have a good, complete performance. I know the team's good.
How's Raul doing?
The leaders to the captains and whatnot, you're going to convey your message. That's something you lean on the captains and the leaders, or this a veteran team that's just going to...
Veteran team. I've talked to most of the veterans. I've spoken to most of the players, individually, collectively, as a group. Coaches are watching extra film with them. We're trying to dot the I's and cross the T's.
How's Raul doing after a couple times off the bench?
In a good mood. He scored that goal. I asked him, was anyone going to take the ball from you, or were you going to take the penalty? He goes, no, coach, I'd take the penalty. He was not letting anybody touch that ball.
Yeah, I was going to ask. He ran up a little bit too quick, so he did say that it wasn't a debate or
no, there was no debate.
Yeah.
He was taking the penalty.
You can, as far as him, his minutes go. Is he up to a fitness that he could possibly go a whole game?
He's not quite all the way fit for a complete 90-minute game, but we're working on it.
Does that bring
Last couple, guys.
Yeah, adding on, does that bring a twinkle in the eye as a coach when your striker is like, yeah, I want to take this penalty, and
Well, Raul would take all the penalties that Nico did.
Right.
Or Montero. I mean, we got a bunch of good penalty kick takers. There'd be a lot of guys lining up for that duty.
And he's not up for full 90, but is everybody else okay that you outside of the
injury
obvious?
list is good. I mean, it's just JP and everybody else is available.
Yeah.